With the WHO recognizing gaming disorder, I've noticed studies mainly coming out of China. It's a area of contention. Like there's not a consensus on whether this is even a thing or whether it should just be lumped in with, like retail therapy and a whole bunch of other behavioral stuff.
Okay, you use the term, and it is you, gaming disorder. In other words, it has a negative effect on quality of life. And I think that's the major definition that you have. Often what's a concern is not what you're doing, it's what you're missing out on and the cost of what you're doing. Now, my concern is that there's a resemblance between gaming and gambling. And the combination of the two, of loot boxes and things like that, means you're moving away from gaming into gambling. And that's a different ballgame. Very concerned about that.
Do you think the autistic gamer has like more of a sensitivity or a vulnerability to those extrinsic sort of psychological manipulation systems that are akin to kind of like Skinner boxes?
Yes, I think they're more vulnerable because often they're not disclosing information to others, where someone can be, shall we say, it may be a partner, parent, friend of moderation. And it's done as an individual basis. But I want to steer in another direction now.
Sure, by all means, yeah.
I want game designers. I know that they make it gambling and loot boxes. But you mentioned a moment ago emotion regulation. Yes, and there are now games being created to teach autistic individuals emotion regulation. Friend and colleague Luke Blackwood has developed Minecraft to teach emotion regulation. And I think that's an excellent thing. So I would like game designers, rather than to entertain and extract money, is actually to be therapeutic and benevolent and create games that capture the person's attention, familiar territory, but teach them about emotion regulation. They're a character, there's decisions, there are tools that you can use and strategies as much as you use weapons. There are different tools that you can use for emotion regulation. You're presented with particular scenarios. What are you going to do? How did you do it? I would see this would be very much a force for good in gaming, to have gaming that actually encourages not just emotion regulation, but the concept of self and a positive sense of self. So it's not an exploration of another planet. It's an exploration of the self.